Honor killings are acts of vengeance, usually death, committed by male family members against female family members who are held to have brought dishonor upon the family. A woman can be targeted by individuals within her family for a variety of reasons, including refusing to enter into an arranged marriage, being the victim of a sexual assault, seeking a divorce, even from an abusive husband, or allegedly committing adultery. The mere perception that a woman has behaved in a way that dishonors her family is sufficient to trigger an attack on her life. June 30th, 2009, Kingston, Ontario. The bodies of Zainab, Sahar, Giti, and Rona Amir Mohammed were found inside a car that was discovered underwater in front of the northmost Kingston Mills lock of the Rideau Canal. Zainab, 19, Sahar, 17, and Giti, 13, were the daughters of Shafei Muhammad, 58, and his wife Tuba Muhammad Shafia, 41. The couple also had a son, Hamid, 20. Rona, who herself was infertile, was the first wife of Shafia in their polygamous household. In 1979, or 1980, Muhammad Shafia married Rona Muhammad, who was unable to have children. In 1989, he took Tuba Yahya to be his second wife in a polygamous marriage, and she gave birth to 7 children, though Rona played a crucial role in their upbringing and raised the children as if they were her own. When the family immigrated to Canada, Rona was presented as an aunt. Except for Rona, the Shafia family practiced Shia Islam. According to a family member's interview, Rona was trapped in an abusive, loveless marriage, trying in vain to convince her husband to grant her a divorce. Rona's siblings claimed that she feared for her life during the days leading up to her death. Tuba, the second wife, allegedly said to Rona, "You are a slave. You are a servant." Reportedly, the Shafias held all of Rona's identity documents, including her passport, so Rona believed she could not flee to another country where she had relatives. It was reported that Rona came to Canada as a domestic servant, or on a visitor's pass, and the visa's renewal held over her head like an axe ready to fall by her husband and co-wife. They also stated that the family's eldest daughter, Zainab's relationship with a Pakistani boy, was a source of much anger for her father, and they claimed to have overheard the father threatening to kill her. On July 23, 2009, Muhammad, Tuba Yahya, and Hamid were arrested and charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder under the guise of an honor killing. They were found guilty of all 4 counts by the jury in January 2012. Fawzia Asim, better known by the name Qandil Baloch, was a Pakistani model, actress, feminist activist, and social media celebrity. Baloch rose to prominence due to her videos on social networks discussing her daily routine and various controversial issues. She was famous for her sensational videos on social media. Baloch first received recognition from the media in 2013 when she auditioned for Pakistani Idol. Her audition went viral and she became an internet celebrity. She was one of the top 10 most searched for persons on the internet in Pakistan, and both celebrated and criticized for her content of her videos and posts. During the evening of July 15, 2016, Baloch was asphyxiated while she slept in the house where her parents live in Multan. Her brother, Wasim Azim, confessed to the murders, saying she was bringing disrepute to the family's honor. Baloch's fame was based on her social media posts, pictures, videos, and comments. These were considered bold by the largely conservative Pakistani community. Some international news media compared her to Kim Kardashian. However, local commentators stated that she was more significant than Kardashian, as Baloch went against the norms of society and lived life on her own terms. Around July 14, 2016, Baloch spoke by phone to a reporter from the Express Tribune paper that stated that she feared for her life. She told the reporter that she had sought protection from the police, but on receiving no response, she decided to move abroad with her parents after the Eid al-Fitr holiday as she felt unsafe in Pakistan. On July 15, 2016, Baloch was drugged and then asphyxiated by her brother Wasim while she was asleep in her parents' home in Multan. Her death was reported by her father Azim. It was first reported as a shooting, but the autopsy report confirmed that Baloch was murdered by asphyxiation while she was asleep. On the night of July 15th, around 11:15 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., by the time her body was found, she had already been dead for 15 to 36 hours. Marks by Baloch's body revealed that her mouth and nose were pinned shut to asphyxiate her. Police called the murder an honor killing. The first information report against her brother Wasim and another brother, Aslam Shaheen, who allegedly persuaded Wasim to kill their sister, was issued. Baloch's father Azim stated in the first information report that his sons Aslam, Shaheen, and Wasim were responsible for their sister's death and had killed her for her money. Her father told the press, "My daughter was brave, and I will not forget or forgive her brutal murder." Wasim was arrested on the evening of July 16th. He confessed to murdering his sister, saying, "She was bringing disrepute to our family's honor, and I could not tolerate it any further. I killed her around 11:30 p.m. on Friday night, when everyone else had gone to bed. My brother is not involved in the murder." The state was named as complainant in the murder case, making it impossible for the victim's family to pardon the perpetrator. Honor violence measurement methods. A study released in 2015 by research corporation Westat and commissioned by the U.S. Department of Justice identified 4 types of honor violence: forced marriage, honor-based domestic violence, honor killing, and female genital mutilation. The report, which estimated that 23 to 27 honor killings per year occurred in the U.S., note that 91% of victims in North America are murdered for being too westernized. And in incidents involving daughters 18 years and younger, a father is almost always involved. And for every honor killing, there are many more instances of psychological and emotional abuse, all in the name of fundamentalist Islam, say experts. Yasser Abdul Said is a fugitive on the FBI's 10 most wanted list. An Egyptian resident of the United States, He is wanted for the murder of his 2 teenage daughters in Irving, Texas. Said, who is reported to have been very controlling of his daughters, is believed to have felt that his daughters, Amina, 18, and Sarah, 17, had dishonored the family by their refusal to adhere to conservative traditional culture behavior. On January 1st, 2008, he lured them into his taxicab on the pretense of taking them out to eat, and shot them in the cab. Said had evaded police capture and remains at large. Yasser said married Patricia Tissy Owens in February 1987. He was 30 and she was 15. Patricia had later alleged that Yasser had abused her during their marriage. Amina was born in 1989, while Sarah was born in 1990. In October 1998, at age 9 and 8, following a trip to a relative's, Amina and Sarah told their grandmother that Yasser had molested them. They later recanted their story and their family returned with Yasser. However, the girls confessed to a few friends that the abuse continued. "He treated me like a whore," Sarah wrote in an instant message conversation to a friend. On several occasions, Amina appeared at school with bruises, and at one point she had a split lip. Amina informed her friends the wounds were inflicted by her father, and her mother refused to allow her to seek medical attention. Yasser would often spy on his daughters, often by video or audio taping them without their knowledge. Amina stated she was afraid of using the public telephone because he gets in everywhere, he knows everything. She also reportedly wrote in emails that her father intended to kill her. When she was 16, Yasser took Sarah to Egypt, allegedly to arrange a marriage to a much older friend of his, but Sarah rejected the marriage. After returning from Egypt, Sarah got an after-school job working in a convenience store. Yasser soon videotaped her at work and punished her for smiling too much at the customers. Amina began dating a boy who she had met through Taekwondo classes. When Yasser was out of the country, she felt anxious about meeting her boyfriend, imagining Yasser would be watching her with binoculars. Amina advised her boyfriend not to call or text if she sent a code word to him, because Yasser would go through her phone. Soon after, Yasser found a note she had written to her boyfriend. Amina told him that the writings were to an imaginary boyfriend. Yasser, not trusting Amina, continued to search to uncover Amina's relationship. Yasser moved his family 60 miles to a new house in Louisville, Texas, which soon allowed Amina to make plans to run away with her boyfriend and get married in Vegas and start a new life. Her boyfriend had then quit high school to earn money working, so that he could save up to help her leave. Her boyfriend had also stated, Yasser regularly threatened to kill Amina, and she knew he meant it. Amina was worried that her boyfriend would be killed by her father and refused to tell her father his name while she was beaten, following Yasser's persistent accusations. In December, after Christmas Day, Amina and Sarah ran away with their mother, Patricia, to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where Amina's boyfriend had relatives. Patricia had allegedly told her daughters that December 31st was her mother's death anniversary, and that she wanted to drive to East Texas to put flowers on her grave, later telling them they would return to Yasser. Sarah reluctantly went while Amina refused. Patricia drove to Amina's friend's house and pounded on the door, starting an argument with Amina to try and convince her to go back. Amina still refused to go. Patricia insisted and stood unmoved in the doorway, saying her father had forgiven her and would like the girls to return home. On January 1st, 2008, Yasser took Amina and Sarah to his taxicab, telling them he was taking them out to eat. Patricia had wanted to come along, but Yasser had told her that he wanted to take the girls alone. He drove them both to Irving, where he shot both girls dead in the taxicab. Sarah managed to call 911 before she died.
Irving 911, what is your emergency? What's going on, ma'am?
I'm dying, that's what's up. Oh my God.
Yasser's taxi was soon discovered by another cab driver outside a hotel. Following the murders, Yasser vanished, although there is no record of him flying to Egypt. The FBI believes Yasser may now be living in New York City. A cab driver reported he may have seen Yasser driving a cab in Newark Airport. On December 4th, 2014, Yasser was added to the FBI's 10 Most Wanted Fugitives list, with a $100,000 reward for any information leading to the arrest of Yasser.